Hello again. We last left off at the road to Nilmer's Highland being blocked off by a landslide. And now Tan wants to talk to us. We go to Tan, who asks us if we heard the landslide and tells us it scared the horses in the stables. She also asks if we've seen Loretta, who should have come back from her ride by now. Tan then gets worried that Loretta might have gotten stuck in the rock slide, since she was on her way to Nilmer's Highland to check on the grounds for her new cross-country course. Tan asks us to go check if we can find Loretta at the Nilmer's Highland. Tan herself stays to see if Loretta might come back and also check on the horses and her club members. We ride toward the highlands but can't get through the road to the landslide. But we do find what we think to be Loretta's phone on the ground, which we take back to Tan. Tan confirms that it is Loretta's and that she'd never go anywhere without it. Tan worriedly says we have to get the road clear so we can find Loretta. She says the local blacksmith Conrad Martson, who Tan refers to as a bit mystical, is the best person to help us. So we ride over to Conrad's. Tan introduces us and asks if Conrad has any tools to help us clear the road, but he tells us he doesn't. But he has an idea and asks if we'd like to help him craft a new pickaxe. Tan says she'll let us do the honors and quickly scurries off, saying she'll go check on the bobcats and that she'll meet us at the blocked road. Conrad then says he'll teach us how to make a pickaxe. He says he doesn't usually let others use his tools, but he feels there is a reason we were guided to him today. He gives us instructions and before long we've successfully made a pickaxe. Conrad compliments our skills in blacksmithing and marks that he'd be happy to take us as an apprentice should the occasion rise. He then wishes us luck and we head back to the blocked road. Tan is already there and says since we made the pickaxe, we should be the one to wield it. So we quickly clear the road and talk to Tan again. Since Tan already left her horse at the stables, she asks us to go ahead to search for Loretta. And just as we thought, Loretta is there. When she sees us, she immediately asks us if we've fallen off our horse since we're covered in dust. She then says she was actually expecting Tan to come looking for her and tells us how she got stuck there. She was just about to ride down the road when the GED bulldozer passed and made the landslide happen, which blocked the road. She then asks what we're even doing here and we tell her we came looking for her. She says that's actually pretty nice and thanks us. She also apologizes for not being that friendly earlier and says we can be acquaintances, even though we can't train the bobcats. She then asks if we actually thought she was gonna call us friends and tells us to check our expectations. Loretta then races us back to the stables. Loretta easily wins, but tells us to not feel bad. As a thank you, well, more because she doesn't want to owe us, she lets us try her new cross-country race. We finish the race, after which we talk to her again and she says that they don't have any vacant spots in the club and can't just let anyone join, but they would like us to have a sweater in the club colors. Tan tells us it's an honor to wear bobcat pink and hopes we'll represent them well even if we're not officially in the club. Loretta even tells us we might someday be cool enough to really join their club. We wave the bobcats by and see if there's anything else for today and go talk to Maya. Maya tells us there's a horse without a rider by the beach and that we should go check on her to see if we can find leads as to who she belongs to. She says it's a liability having a horse running wild around the place with so many new arrivals around that don't know their way around a horse as well, but she thinks we can handle it. So we ride over to the beach where we meet the horse. The horse has a note on her bridle which says the horse belongs to the amazing Idris, and that if she's found she should be returned to the Nilmer's Highland, and if she's being stubborn to use cookies to get her to come with us. So we give the horse some cookies and head towards the Nilmer's Island with her. We soon meet the man named Udris, who guesses our name and tells us he has some psychic power. He tells us the great fool once said the noblest art is that of making others happy, so that's exactly what he plans to do here on Yarvik. He says he'll spread the happiness by opening a circus, mentioning that since this is Yarvik there will be a special place for horses. He then asks the horse C if she brought the thing he had asked for. C shows the box and Udris asks us to place the contents of the box on the pedestal so he can show us another trick. We place a mask that was in the box on the pedestal. Udris does some magic to make his jester companion Xin appear, who Udris introduces us to. Udris then tells us we're going to build a circus together, saying we're a part of the family too now. He asks us to pull the tent from a crate, but there are a ton of crates on the ground, so we have to find it. As we find the right crate, the other ones disappear. Udris says many friends are coming that require a proper venue, so he assigns all of us different roles which C and Sin don't seem too excited about. So Udris sighs and tells us to stand back as he magically makes a circus tent of the cloth. Udris then says there are a few more things left to do, and is about to assign roles, but then he notices Sin hanging upside down from one of the ropes. He asks us to help the poor jester, so we quickly go untangle him from the rope. Udris then sees that C has stolen Sin's mask and asks us to go get it back, so we chase C down to get the mask. As we catch her, she reluctantly gives the mask back, and we head back to Udris, and he gives the mask to Sin. Udris notes that we're missing something, a sign on top of the tent to welcome the guests, so we go put the sign on top of the tent. He thanks us and says we should make life easier for the guests coming and that we need a pumpkin. We wonder what he's talking about, but he just says he smells the smell of a baked pumpkin pie wafting from Moorland and asks us to go see if we'd be able to get a pumpkin from there. So we follow the scent, which leads us to Mrs. Holdsworth's cottage. She tells us she is in fact baking a pumpkin pie. We tell her we need a pumpkin, which she happens to have exactly one pumpkin left. She believes it's fate and that we're meant to have the pumpkin, so she hands it over, no explanations needed. We bring the pumpkin to Udris, and he transforms it to a horse trailer. He notes that the circus is coming together well, and that we're welcome to visit the circus as much as we'd like to prepare for the main event, for he wants us in the ring when his friends arrive. He then tells us Sin has put on a race, and that we should try. We do the race, and Udris tells us we're as graceful as butterflies. He then says he hopes we'll come back again and bids us farewell for now. So, that was it for this story season. I kind of did two completely different quests now, both are part of the main story though. I also want to thank everyone who watched my latest video. It already has 68 views, which I'm so grateful for. And obviously thank you for watching any of my other videos too. I also got 5 likes on that video, which makes me very happy, so thank you so much. I'm glad people liked the video, because it was really fun for me to make. Just wanted to say all that real quick. So thanks for watching. Bye!